do with it? Um, Use this stable. Let's see. Okay. Hello. On this piece, so far over 1,000 hours, but it's going to be longer. Usually, it takes me over 2,000 hours on one of my oil on canvas masterpieces, but this one is different. It's one of it's one of six fourth dimensional compositions, so it's going to take longer. Hi, Snorilla. Yes, that is a lot of hours. I'm a master of pre-classical realism, which is a traditional drawing and painting technique that originates from the Middle Ages, and that specific lies, amongst other features, in a very meticulous approach. Talent? To be honest with you, I don't believe in such a thing as talent. As I said, it's a technique which I'm using. Learned through difficult and disciplined apprenticeship. It's really beautiful too. Thank you, Snorilla. That's nice to hear. It's going to be a highly complicated composition, one of six, by the way, because I have started to work on those six already over 2 years ago to cover the subject of fourth dimension in six aspects. How did you get into art? Well, I to do art, well, to get into art altogether, it's something I have always been interested in. That's fact. But um, to gain my specific technique, that was a different thing. I simply always wanted to possess genuine skill that would allow me to draw and paint what I imagine as I imagine it. And that's why I decided to learn and decided to go through this 5 years of apprenticeship, drawing and painting 10 hours a day, every day, where any work that wasn't perfect, I had to destroy immediately. Thank you very much, and you have a good weekend as well. Bye. Yeah, so how did I get into art? I always was so naturally, but how did I get into my specific art domain, which I practice now? And since I have become a master and finished apprenticeship, that is through wanting to draw and paint what I imagine as I imagine it perfectly. Hello, Ben. Nice to see you. Yes, I did as you asked for. I checked on the streams, and I have previously had this painting at all four sides. So I couldn't turn it in any other way than change the side of the camera. So I did so. I usually have it more on the other side because I'm right-handed. So when I want to specifically show what I'm doing, I can sort of cover it with my hand. But I did that. Yeah, and then this one is being over 1,000 hours for now, more or less. Hello, Drummer. I have yourself a new picture. Yeah, there's lots of things to do on this painting, so I'll be on it for quite some time. Not that doesn't mean that I'm planning necessarily to only stream on this one. It will be worth it. The textures and details speak of the many hours. Will you be applying varnish sealing coats? Have you experimented with different varnishes, i.e. tinted or pearlescent? Yes, yes. I know them all. I have learned the sort of technological part a lot, but I consider that, as well as the framing, to be a sort of privilege or pleasure of person who is going to eventually possibly possess the paintings. And this is one of the six from my private collection. And none of the paintings in my private collection have neither frames, neither varnishes. And when somebody has one of the paintings, then they can decide to put the varnish on, and then they can choose the one of their choice. So either glossy or matte varnish or pearlescent, as you say. Various people have various preferences, and also their eyes work a little bit different as what brings out the textures from the oil paint the most for them. For me, I focus on the oil paint itself and getting the most sort of tangible, fleshy results from it itself. And so that's why I sort of ignore and don't even work with varnishes. But people who frame my paintings, they can also varnish it as well. Coat of a varnish. It's not difficult to apply, and I consider many people being able to do it. So if I have not done it myself, people who frame the paintings can do it. It's been done like that previously, and I don't mind. The same as for the preparation of the canvas before painting. I can do it myself. I know how to do it. I've done it many times, but I order it from people who make it by hand, so not like factory made, but order it from people who do it, because I consider that to be more of a work of somebody else. I focus on this finest part of painting itself. But of course, I've done it before, and I can do it. But I honestly noticed that different people's eyes work differently on those, and also that is more, yeah, like a frame. It's more of a question of style and taste, and that's not what I consider my work to be about. All part on focusing on your specialty. That's right, Ben. That's right, Ben. That's what I do. Then there's no, then there's no sidelining anything, and it's keeping my focus on the perfection and harmony of the piece, which has to be, and none of the other glitters and things. Yeah, how's the light? Yeah, good stuff. I know how to do it. No problem. No problem. Because we were listening to those. Yeah. No. Today was the first day where we could be out without the masks on the fresh air. So that was really nice. So it took a very long time going around to get some shopping, strolling slowly in the streets. It was nice actually. We came back on the shops closed already and people are going crazy in the streets. Oh, oh okay, then there you go. There's more of me. There you go. That's more of me. So that's one of my personal touches. Yeah, because they say let us see more of you. So. Yes, sort of, but it is so strange when we went out of the shop, we forgot to take them off because in a shop you still have to wear that. And also the people, they're literally going crazy. It's so crowded. It's hard to get through. I don't know what that is. It doesn't seem so like uh, it's very overcrowded and kind of very unnatural atmosphere. I wonder if you can actually hear people going crazy because it sound it sounds very loud, but maybe this doesn't pick up on it. That's better. You are a nudist art yourself. Ah, that's right. Mm, mm, no problem to me. I just don't really consider people to be art. I'm a professional artist. But maybe that's not what you meant. I stream through hubs, so I might not be very it's not very clear to me who says what on Facebook. Uh, then the crowds make me fear another way. However, common my life must go on. Yeah, for me it's not about that. It's just that the people, the faces I have seen tonight, and the people I've seen going around, they sort of force themselves to enjoy themselves, and mm, that that's not what real happiness or enjoyment looks like. That's what I mean. Not about the other thing, because that runs its course and everybody knows that. But all this thing about the way people treat things, like I I've seen somewhere on the news that people are forced to like drink unusual amounts of alcohol to help the poops continue. And just think how unhealthy that is. That a loyal guest, so-called guest or customer of a pub, must drink so much, must overdrink, just to keep them, mm, yeah, keep the businesses continuing. And that's from that side. And then from the side of the people, I see like they are funny expressions, strange things, and it doesn't seem like the life going on. It seems like a little bit pushed and forced, and or let's enjoy it because we must, or let's get that party in because there was so long not it was not possible for so long, and nobody knows how long it's going to last. So yeah, it's a bit like chickens with their heads cut off. I don't like it. In a sense, people are acting like survivors, overcompensating, compensating in a forced celebration. Exactly, then, exactly. That's what I'm saying, exactly. But they don't seem to be sure if they have survived yet. They are like they acting like still desperate, still in it. I don't really believe people think it's over. I don't think they believe it's over. I have been naked for. I tried to answer. I put the sound on, and at the same time listening to the messages because a friend has uh, they came back home and they found the cat. They found themselves in the middle of cat and bird situation. They sort of got the bird away from cat's way, just in the flat when they arrived. So they are now thinking, and we were discussing what to do and how to treat the bird and what to do, because if they don't put the bird out where possibly the bird's mother can find it, then they will have to look after this bird for months until it can fly on its own, and it might be difficult to keep it alive and like feeding it and giving it water and that. So we are trying to work out what to advise to this friend to do. And somebody on Facebook is writing, Facebook, I am streaming on Hubs, so if you could subscribe to Hubs, it's free. It would be easier for me to keep the dialogue with you and understand who you are, because I only get to read Facebook user on here. I go have been naked for 30 years to do I act tent clothes. Put me in all of pain, what would do? I don't understand. I don't know how to understand it. You know what? I honestly don't know how to understand it. I don't even know if there's any question in it, and I don't know what tent clothes are. I will. Yes, Ben, you also don't understand what they mean, or is it about me muting? I'm muting because we are sorting out this bird situation. It can fly a bit, and they are putting it out of the so on the windowsill so it can find its way away from the flat and the cat and things like that. So we are watching like how does it go, and um, helping them with advice about this bird, because it's a sort of young bird, and the chances of them keeping it alive by feeding it and keeping it in a flat are rather low. So, and its mother bird is looking for it, so um, that's why you're trying to find a way to bring the bird back into its space and away from the cat. Ah, send another. Okay, amazing, bless them. Thanks, Ben. Yes, they are trying, but the bird doesn't seem to want to fly away. So we have a little bit of a discussion going on, but we know what to do. So we are writing to them about it. Yeah, it's springtime, but they were shocked because suddenly they came back home and found this thing between a cat and a bird, and the bird was just there to be safe. Myself, I don't like cats, very, very much don't like cats whatsoever. When somebody has a cat, I don't want to go anywhere near. I don't like places where cats are, so I just don't like them. Yeah, so they're sending voice messages and videos of that bird, and we are communicating how to do it. But it seems like it can fly a little bit, sort of. Yeah, they're nice. They say they've lost two birds already, and they're not going to lose that one. So I think they will keep it for the night and try to let it out tomorrow. Then personally, I love the aesthetics of the cat. Otherwise, cats are bastards. Facts. Yeah, I don't like all those things about them sort of carrying the bacteria that is very dangerous when it lives in human, and it does get to our intestine and so on. And also the cat's the shape of its claw and its teeth. I spoken about it with some doctors, the way it sort of ejects its bacteria into human skin, either with teeth or claws. The skin closes on it and cannot bleed through and clean itself well. Uh, Plus of all those things of their behavior, and that I don't like, because dogs people can train and they communicate with them and responsive, and then with cats no. Or they send something again. Mm. Mhm. Yeah, they are going to sort of take it easy now and relax a bit about it. Yes, let it stay for the night and give it some grain and water. It seems to be alright. Its wings and legs are okay, so they don't want to like they will keep it for the night and maybe try in the daylight. Seems like not a big thing, and it isn't, but it was very stressful for them. Mm, I think they didn't say it was stressful, but it seems like it. That's why they need to relax now. Yeah, I don't like cats for that, for those sort of the shape of teeth like that it goes into the skin and it stays in there. And also they sort of they spread their saliva all over their furs, and then all that bacteria gets into human, and yeah, I've heard it's very bad for them. Dogs and humans have a timeless affinity. Cats have an affinity with sleeping or murder, as I say. Bastards. I agree with you, Ben. I don't like them very much. They don't listen to anything. They cannot train. You cannot train them. They only scratch and bite people, and they go around everywhere. That's why I don't go to places where people keep cats, because it disturbs me that they usually walk around. They walk. They go on the kitchen counter. They go in the places where they shouldn't go. Oh, Hello, Breeze. How are you? You're doing fine. How am I? I'm okay, thank you very much. Just been in communication with some friends who were saving a bird from a cat. Oh, they're sending some more because they came back and they just say they found a cat attacking that bird, and the bird is still alright, but they are thinking what to do. So we are advising and we're talking about it. I thought that was actually a handmade flower glued to the painting. It looks real. Well, this part that is a piece of paper and tape covering one part of the painting, the fourth dimensional element. So you are right. It's a piece of paper, like this sort of beige color paper, and this tape that's stuck to it because it's a very complicated fourth dimensional element. So I have covered it for now because I started to work on those paintings over 2 years ago already, and I haven't got the chance to introduce the subject of fourth dimension in a proper progressive way. So some elements I have covered for now, and I will see if and when and how I will reveal those. Oh, that looks cool. Um, you mean the covered part? Thanks, Breeze. Well, it is for the streaming purpose. It's covered in this way. The rest is a painting. It's painted, and behind me, so on this surface, you see this is where one canvas ends, and here is another one of my paintings. Um, the one of a deep cosmic space with a black hole, and that one is finished. It's on my site as well. I sort of put it there as a background. Yeah, and with the bird, it seems like they're going to keep it for a while and then try to find a way to the bird sanctuary sort of place. So that might be the best. But they are happy that it's become more active and proves to be healthy. Act of kindness like that maintains my faith in people. Bravo. N- nice, Ben. Thank you. Yeah, it is nice of them. I think as I said, I think it was really shocking when they came back and found all that going on with the cat and the bird. So they said they feel responsible, and they say they don't want. They lost two birds already. They don't want to lose another one. That is nice of them. Yeah. Ah, nice. Yeah, they're actually really alright. We're talking them about honesty because it's people who like have this rare quality of being very honest, and because of that, not everything went so smoothly for them. So yeah, French. I don't get it. A pencil as if to draw or something. Funny. Yeah, they send funny jokes and that. Yeah, I haven't, but you're right. I said you said that the last time they let them learn it, and it's like super kids. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's the fun, yeah. And there was also the idea is supposed to be that some tables are uh, and from what I've seen, and Joseph, yes, it's full, exactly. And the idea is different. It's supposed to, yeah, yeah, they're really alright. I think that too. Yeah, these people are really alright. That's why they have a bit of a hard time. Yeah, not just with that bird cat thing, but a lot of things. Yeah. Only in fantasies does everything go smoothly. The honest share their failures and most importantly how they overcome the failures. At school the teachers called it character building. You're very right, Ben. Yeah, it is really interesting. And they even were wondering if they are not like sort of too much old school because of all this honesty thing and troubles they had because of it. So you're very, very right. They felt like, oh, they're a bit too much old school for it all because there's a lot of shrewing going around and they've been a bit shrewd out of things. But we we reaffirm them in in a belief that honesty is better and stronger valued than all those. Good job we came back at the time we did because even though we went late to the supermarket, we got back in time before all this madness started. So people are really going crazy. You can hear them all the time, all into the night. It's so strange. So strange. We could hear the sirens earlier. Some people may be celebrating a little too hard. Exactly, but thank you for letting me know that you can hear those. Yes, we live in a city center and it's so loud and so many people have came to here. I don't know where from. Where did these people come from? Like masses of people. It's literally hard to walk through the streets that are normally very wide and there's always space for everyone. It sounded a bit like a football situation just before. I thought, I don't know what are they up to, but they are literally going crazy, like animal level. That's why it's hard for me not to mention it and not to react because it's usually calm painting hours for me, and now it's all gone wacky. And even locals, like elderly people, after they've been sort of spun by all this noise and all this party atmosphere, they can get a bit funny as well. The other day we've seen an elderly person with their Walkman. They feel like birds released. Yeah, and that elderly person with a Walkman, and they were like dancing in a street in a really strange way. Um, at an awkward time, like in the morning or something, and they never stop, like 24 hours all the time. Mm, yeah. Like now is the most annoying, the loudest with the music and so on. But they don't care, and if the pubs are opened, they are there. If they're closed, they somehow find their ways to take their own alcohol and drink it ever. And public drinking of alcohol is totally forbidden in Poland. You cannot even have a beer whilst you're having a picnic here. But they do it, and yeah, and they go crazy, crazy. And it really sounds like so many people, so many. And we have already seen so many. I don't know, it might be me reading the rules wrong, but from what I understood also, um, in in the cafes, in the bars, outdoors, some tables should have been left emptied. And whilst we were walking, I haven't noticed any empty tables. Opposite, I've seen people in lines waiting to sit down. We haven't seen any empty tables, but I might be reading these rules wrongly. I don't think I am though, but they don't concern me, so I don't pay too much attention. But I understood that there is supposed to be some tables occupied and some empty. It's just full and lines. I can only hope that you and Sweetie will maintain social distancing until this pandemic is truly over. Thanks, Ben. Yes, we do that. We very much do that. We go our own way. This is just not our frequency, and especially this now, it sounds like a football field game here, doesn't it, sweetie? It does. It's just not our frequency in any way. Like we are very sociable and we like people, and we know quite some people, but this is just crazy. I don't think you can even talk to anyone in this level of noise. And also, people are like under some influence of some substances, so they don't look all right. You know what I mean? They can walk into you and they won't notice. So we have to be careful, and we are careful. Yes, and we certainly keep our distance, especially because of this frequency. Really, it's totally not our thing. Usually, I paint at this time, and it's nice and calm. Now, forget it, and it's still the whole summer ahead of us. It's just the beginning. It's just the second night. Are you above street level in your apartment? If not, be careful of breaking windows. Oh, yes, yes, we have to be careful of all kinds of things because wherever you are, they get into the places. Those people who look to find a way to consume their alcohol. As I said, it's forbidden to do it other than in pubs, terraces, and beer gardens and so on. So when they want to drink some strong alcohols, they have somewhere. They usually look for places where people live and that. So they get everywhere. That's what yeah. That's what I said. I have to deal with them, and as I told you, I have to deal with sometimes like not just intelligent people, but with really like things that are like barely you can barely believe they are human. Really, I call them zombies. We get a lot of those zombies here, and there is no reasoning with them. You just see it in the eyes. It's very difficult, very difficult. But I'm not complaining, and that although it sounds like it a lot, I know I sound like I'm complaining. I am just a bit surprised because it's just the second night, and we get that sometimes, but usually at the height of summer, not in May. As far as I'm told, it's just very, very strange and unusual. But it also troglodytes, yes, yes, and it also can happen actually any time of the year that some of that light spills into the places. Yeah. And already last year the atmosphere wasn't the same before. It was still possible to in a relaxed way sit down, have a drink, talk to people. But then they sort of pumped it up already last year, and we've seen more and more like aggression in people's faces, and more neuroticisms, like they have to get in as many drinks as quick as possible, and that is true. Last year already, and now. So before we used to enjoy a bit to go out, sit in a terrace or something, but now we don't. We don't want to. It's very different how it's changed over years. Before was like nice, could enjoy like a warm day, sit down, could talk to people and everything. The benefits of city life outweigh the negatives. The boost is infectious. Yes, this is true. The benefits do outweigh the negatives. I think that's true. We like it very much. We like it here very much. And about booze being infectious, you're very, very right, because that's exactly what happens with some locals. Opposite to what you would think that they see, so they stay away from it. No, they sort of join it in a strange way, like on their balconies and windows. It's very strange to observe. It's true. This sort of alcoholism thing, it runs that way. That's also why we stay away from it, because it's just very unhealthy um, in a longer run. um, and that's why I was so surprised when I read this news that owners of the pubs require that the customers drink so much more to help them stand back on their feet, sort of thing. I found it so wrong and so bad because so bad for the health. It's it is at times like this that we can be extra grateful for our special someone. Apart from supplies, there is no need to leave the home. Right. Yeah, it's great. It's really good. Yeah. Yeah, the same being together is very important. That's right. Otherwise, it just pulls in. You're right. It's so true. Mhm. You're right, Ben. That's what is really saving. That's true. It's very right. Very, 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 very right there, Ben. We went for an extra walk a bit today when we went to the supermarket. After that, we went around like a little bit of an there's some old post-industrial zone, so we had a little walk around there. There's lots of swallows, and there was one factory that the nature sort of took over, and some other parts of it that are still working. It was interesting and it was nice. It was a bit extra than just going to the shop and back, but it was on the way, and it was places we always wanted to check out, and we got the chance to do so today. It was very nice actually. That's how we enjoy this beginning of nice weather and being able to walk without the masks in the street. Yeah, it was very interesting actually. There's some big factories that have been closed here, and very very interesting places, and we're quality time. You're right, Van. Yes, and we were always wondering like how does it look like there, and what is built, what kind of building is behind that building. So we worked a little bit extra with our granny's shopping trolley, and we've seen that it's very nice, and everything has become more green, and there's swallows flying around, and you even smell the trees without the mask. So that was very very enjoyable. Once we had a very big atelier in the old post-industrial building. It was really interesting because of the sort of the space you can get and the light you can get in there. Very very interesting thing. So I think that's we have like an affinity to those because we've used spaces like that before, and they can be really interesting. Mhm. And what is like that? Yeah. There's what did I mean? Thunder flowers in the black like that, and black one is the other thing. Hi Zam. I have a passion for Victorian Gothic factories and mills. Deeply atmospheric. Wow, that's interesting, Ben. We don't have much of that type here. I know what you mean, like with no, we the most interesting we have, but actually we like them all to be honest. Surprisingly, even the mm, metal type industrial ones can be very interesting inside, and the light. It's often the light for us because the light usually comes from the roof, and that's what we like to use. Not as a building itself and how it looks, because they usually are not very aesthetic where I come from. Not that nice. But the quality of light inside, that's what interests us the most because it contributes to the work on the paintings and drawings. Then the lighting, the one's loud and pounding shop floor, luring, abandoning silent, the working lifetimes of the long past and the primitive working conditions. Yes, I can see why you like it then, especially because you are an engineer. So Victorian times are like they have a big importance probably in the history of your type of education even. I have it a little bit different, to be honest, with the Victorian times because it means something else to me. So I kind of reject Victorian style of all types due to the prudishness that has been installed then, and also other aspects of industrialization that I see and I understand in a way I do. So that's what makes me probably like yeah, also reject the aesthetics a bit more. Yeah, and those working conditions things. That's really like scary because you know a lot of people have really lost their lives in those factories because before this is what comes with industrialization and turning away from craftsmanship and things like that. I know there's been like it's been even in comedies and that like in Monty Python or something about like oh that someone gets a limb chopped off or something in those, but it was reality for many people and that's really scary that all this like so-called advancement, which I don't see it as being advancement, and all this whole thing of industrialization, I see it a bit different. I don't see it as a part of development even. Oh, don't misunderstand me. I look back in horror. Ah, I see what you mean. So you like to be afraid. All right. Yeah. And you know, all this like people's lives being taken of them and them being cheated of their yeah the natural rhythm of their body. They've been cheated out of their privacy and of their love life also, and all that's been seized to get them to work in the factories. That's crazy. And all their biological health and that has been used to drive to power those machines. I don't like that aspect. And also and it has there's a certain thing of it I see in arts also and that, but yeah, that's it helps remind us of how lucky we are healthcare, technology, and personal freedom. Mm. Off to golden summers with my beautiful one. Take care, Kate and Smithy. Thanks, Ben. Keep well, you two together. All the best to you too. Bye. I think now that we're all night because yeah, like you said, didn't sound really because last night there was still a little bit after when tomorrow is a Sunday and yeah. Mm, 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 yeah. I want to see something. I'll be reading comments, but I'll go off the frame. So, And see you guys gonna watch a series. Bye, Sam. Tasmo. Thank you, Tasmo. This one I'm working on now. It's one of my six fourth dimensional paintings, and the one you see behind me. So this is one of my finished masterpieces. It's wonderful with this 4D. And 4D is a fourth dimension. So the way I can explain it, it has to do with space inside of us, outside of us, deep cosmic space, outside of deep cosmic space, time and space, and connection relationship between all of those things. And over 2 years ago, I started to work on six of those paintings. Each one is an independent composition. They are all different sizes and forms and themes. Thank you, Tasma. Thank you. And they are all part of my private collection. I use an old technique of drawing and painting which originates from the Middle Ages. It's pre-classical realism, and I've been taught to work in a public way. So I was taught to work in a way so I can interact with people. It is very interesting, and I bet all your six creations are beautiful. Thank you, Tasma. Neither of them is finished yet. Usually it takes me about 2000 hours to work on a masterpiece or on canvas painting, but with those, it's going to be different. They're going to take longer. This one, for example, it's been over 1,000 hours already. And I'm using in this composition, and it's a lot. Yes, yes, patience is the right word. That's something that one develops during the type of apprenticeship I went through. It involves very long hours of meticulous work. And each of my oil on canvas masterpieces are about 40 to 50 layers of fine oil paint. And that's why 2,000 hours. And the whole thing about my technique is, you see, that it's all based on the quality of artwork. That's why I don't do any branding or any marketing or anything like that, because all, all is based on genuine quality of a brush stroke. And in that sense, it doesn't need any kind of packaging or anything like that. So I just paint long hours. But I have been trained to do so. I went through 5 years of apprenticeship, drawing and painting 10 hours a day, every day, where any work that wasn't perfect I had to destroy immediately as an apprentice. After which I have become a master, so I can provide stable quality of work. And I focus on harmony and perfection, just like the masters in the Middle Ages did. It's just one thing I did is I asked my master to teach me to work in a way so I can disclose the creative process, because I never planned to take on any apprentices myself. And the whole thing of my technique and the way it treats perspective, that allows me to explore the fourth dimension, which is what I'm doing in these six compositions. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I'm playing with the light on this, like seeing how does it react to light. It's fantastic. Hmm. I'll play with some. Hi, Vogue. I'll still play with one. Okay, maybe better. I was curious. Vogue, do you also stream on Hubs? Oh, really? Because it is. Yeah, but it was before the other thing I checked. Before. Alright! Ah, that's good. Because I didn't mean to. I just wanted to check if I did you mean it. You can stand up if you want, or ask your father to. Yeah, I do what I want when I want. similar to that. That um, It's because I want to do this shine on that part now, so it's like a little more, and then it's okay. To this Taiwan. Unless you want. No, no, I think that is reasonable. And I need to do this bit here. I have a thing gone. Hi, Pie-ho. There's no spider laying eggs on my painting. Do you like bacon, Pie-ho? Hi, Matthew. It goes very well, thank you very much. It's been actually quite interesting. Me and Sweetie has a very long walk, although we just went to the supermarket. And it's the first day where we don't have to wear masks outside, and it's the second night when people are partying like you know who from you know where. So it's interesting. Thank you very much. And how are you? Ah, Paiho likes bacon. Hmm. About my lunch, what did they have? Uh, chicken's feet, Paiho. No, I don't live in China. I am Polish from Poland, and we have. Do I eat bats too? No, I don't. No, I don't. I leave them for you to eat, Paiho. I'd leave bats for you to have. No one eats chicken's feet. Of course, a lot of people eat chicken's feet. They have a lot of collagen and they are extremely healthy for you. So, Matthew, I'm doing well. That's great that things are opening up. Less restrictions in such is such a comfort. Wow, I tell you, Matthew, people are going crazy. It's very strange atmosphere. There's not a genuine enjoyment, but some kind of madness and overcrowdedness. No one eats chicken's feet. Yes, I eat chicken's feet. You Polish people eat borscht. Yes, they do as well. I don't actually, but I eat other sour and fermented foods. Polish people eat chicken's feet as well. But it's true, I make it in kind of special way because of my Asian girlfriends. And how are your experiences with the girls going pie hole? What's written? Chickens stand in their own pee. Oh, so what? What- So what? So do most of the animals do. And trees stand in people's pee. Ah, 2020 was like a bottle shaken up. The cork just opened up today. Exactly, Matthew. Yes, it really is mad. They're going crazy. That's a strange question. There you go. Strange question for Firehole. Take your Medicate, Miraz. I'm perfectly fine, Firehole, but I see you mustn't have been very successful. I expected you back, as the bad pennies always do. You mustn't have had enough yet. Go on, get those fingers typing. I'm just browsing our streams to learn techniques. All right, sure. Trying again. I saw this imbecile yesterday, Kate. What a dunce. Ah, I embrace my enemies, Matthew. And Keiko doesn't even deserve that name, actually. Keiko is in the level. Is you are you streaming on Facebook too? Yes, I am. I multi-stream through hubs to various platforms. So I multi-stream through hubs to Twitch, but don't worry, it'll be just the same on Facebook. And all these other men who you donate money, who watch donate money, no, they don't. It's for free, Pieho. It's for free. And I'm into girls. And unlike you, I know how to make them happy. It sounds like some sugar daddy arrangement. Or there isn't any such a thing, I tell you. You really still are dreaming to be a girl, right? I bet you'd be jealous of the dresses I got yesterday. I tell you, I got such a nice summer dresses, really light, like short and flowery, really lovely dresses. I bet you would love to squeeze into them, but I won't let you. You don't seem very happy in general, so I doubt you know how to make anyone happy. Well, I'm not a slappy happy dog type person. I'm Eastern European, so we have our own ways of expression and a way of being, and I'm not going to act out in a way that is not naturally me. If you see Eastern European people, they don't behave in the ways you would expect other ones to. Kind of rude though, isn't it? What do you mean rude? I mean, I don't. There's not. There's. It's about this. What do you mean about it? What is rude? Do you mean you are the Eastern European personality type? No, it isn't rude. It's just like it's different. Not in general, actually, not so overexciting. Not so slappy happy. Yeah, not slappy happy. Then we don't have a happy dog type way of being, but it's less fake. Also, she's not on Hubs trolling people with her spare time. This guy is severely lacking, severely lacking. Yeah, Paiho, just seems like your soul has been destroyed by some kind of void. Oh yeah, Paiho, I have no soul. I am totally in my body. But I suggest you go and pray for someone else. Drawing blue lines on top of a poster now. It's not a poster. Your eyes are full of it, really. You need some serious detoxification, Viola. And I tell you, you won't learn anything from me because you are not capable of. So switch off. I don't know why did. Yes, I know, bad penny. That's why you're back. And how did it go for getting pregnant? Did you try again? I understood your entire existence in 23 seconds. Sure, sure. So how is it with your fertility, Paiho? Are you trying to get pregnant again, or how did it go? You still dreaming about it, or tell Auntie Kate she's listening. Go on, Paiho. Tell Auntie Kate, how did your pregnancy tryout go? What tryout are you referring to? You trying to get pregnant? Wanted to know if there's been some recent developments. The state of being pregnant is easy, that's what you said. Well, then, did you manage already? If it's so easy, you managed already. Hmm, he managed to get pregnant. So, you found a big black guy. Uh-huh, I see. Mm, mm-hmm. You're dreaming. I love it. You just dance with them. It's an art form and a form of sport where I'm from. So people like Paiho wind up crying after I'm done with them. His mother never loved him. You're right. Thank you, Matthew. You're right. You're right. Yeah, yeah, he's right. You're right, Matthew. And even if he is pregnant, I'm still not letting him try on any of my nice dresses. The unloved are such hollow, bitter people. That's right. Sounds like that Matty guy has the emotional maturity over him. No, he doesn't. He's right. Uh, no, it isn't. But you should change your first part of the name into that one that you just written. Yeah. You're just frustrated because yesterday I've proven to you how low you are. And that's life. Don't worry, there's lots of low life around here. I'm used to. Like I tell you now, outside my door, you'll probably find about 5,000 low life. No problem. You didn't prove anything, you just buried your head in the sand until I left. You must be talking out of your back end, really. That's why the whole. Now Matt is coming and quoting for psychology and you are pretending like he's right. He's right. And you even try to copy me. But I tell you, I won't let you wear any of my dresses, Spyho. So don't try. However pregnant you are, however heavy you might feel, no, you're not trying on any of my dresses. So you can try to copy my words. Yeah, they all say that. I just heard from you what you wanted to do on OnlyFans last night. So I know you now. Soviet doom dress. Soviet doom dress. It's very lovely and light and flowery, and for all the lady parts to be comfortable and happy and airing and sunny. Matthew Pyhole got beat up by girls at the playground as a child and has this seething rage and uses this platform to placate a frail ego. Good one, Matthew. Good one. Don't encourage him. Oh, I will. He's doing well. Don't because you. Where's Ben? I bet Pyhole that you are too scared to join Hubs. I can see that. I can see that you are too fearful to join Hubs, Ben. Not Ben, Pyhole. And Ben is with his lovely sweetie. Ben is with his lovely love, you see? We spoke before. Did you miss him? I have no idea what that is or what is going on exactly in the stream. Oh, we've spoken with Ben before. Did you miss him? He's with his lovely love, with his sweetie, um, with his beautiful feminine female partner, um, and yeah, and I bet that you don't have a courage to join Hubs. Ah, and that's what you don't know what is. Hubs is the platform where I multi-stream from. Matthew is on it as well. So it's some social media app full of weird old men. Just like me. Like old men just like me. But I tell you I wouldn't go for dresses like you. Even if you're pregnant. That's rude. Oh, and you are what? I don't mind being rude. Don't shame me for being rude. So what? I can be rude, no problem. As Eastern Europeans can do it well, especially with thousands of drunkies outside. You have to deal with the crap. It's an unhygienic personality trait. Whatever. You speak from your back end, so it means nothing to me. What's the story about the drunkies outside? Well, I told you yesterday that I'm used to dealing with primitives, so however low you are, I will still talk to you because I've learned to go lower than a snake's belly to deal with some. Because not majority of the people in a real life are not um, intellectuals who you can reason with, and not like developed humans. They're more like they more like animals, like you have shown yesterday to be a monkey, like a baboon with a pink bottom. So I'm used to those. The place where I live is full of them. Sometimes they pull the trousers down and yeah. They do all kinds of things. So um, I'm used to this kind of talk, like what you are doing. I'm used to also seeing this kind of jealousy that you have towards me being female and all that. It's so typical. Plus, with this sort of irrational aspect that you display of some kind of funny emotional um, allegiance to something. What's the story? What? Why is it? My comments over. And then this is pop up again. I think it's the light. Basically, they talk like you. Basically, they talk like you, Kyle. Talking about character traits, just like a mirror reflection. They don't. They talk just like you, Kyle. Exactly the same, word by word. I don't. Maybe I talk in circles. I am used to talking to idiots. I told you. So it often has to be in circles. You have to repeat many times. I don't have a problem with that. Yeah, I'm very endurant in that sense. I've done projects in public spaces where I had them coming and trying to destroy my paintings from jealousy, like yours. And trying to intimidate me in all kinds of ways because I'm a female. You are. If you were not jealous, you wouldn't be coming here and saying this. Also, the way, like you, Matthew, you are out of your league here, Paiho. I might be an asshole, but I'm not jealous. I don't care. You are jealous, Paiho. It was very clear to see last night when you said how if you were a young woman you would join OnlyFans and what would you do? And also the references you make towards so-called men, old men like me, things like that. Sure, that's easy money. Yeah, there you go. You are jealous. You are jealous of a female and what that implicates. You are jealous. Plus, you are jealous of my technique, which does originate from the Middle Ages, which you try to mention artificial intelligence and so on. But no, I don't need to make a story. That's the whole thing. You see, my the thing I make, my type of art doesn't need any packaging whatsoever. No branding, no packaging. I don't need any marketing. That's why that's why I do things in the way I do. I think your Middle Ages technique is nonsense, though. Exactly, exactly. And the fact that you tried to sort of tell me yesterday that it can be printed and so on shows that you are so jealous of it because you try to appropriate it in some kind of way. I don't need your evaluation of my skill. I know what I'm doing, and people, uh, people who understand my technique see it, and also people whose eyes are used to seeing quality objects, even on the screen, can see the um, the the image that in a way they can translate it to themselves how it would like in reality. And found you lied about stuff, especially regards to oil paint and pigment inks. No, there is no ink. There is no inks, and pigment inks is not. It's not oil paint. No, I don't need to prove him anything. No, you see, you just try to find like anything. They always got pigment in them, baby. Well, they don't have ink. Ink is a water-based technique, and you were talking about ink. Did you not even know that yesterday? As I said, you really. No, it isn't. It isn't. I think you are too inked and it's gone to your head. No, it isn't. Ink is when it's in a liquid form. Pigment is the color, yes. You can be not. It's not ink. It's not ink file, and I tell you, I've seen a drawing robots, painting robots, all the AI display, and they don't do things like that. No, it's not ink, and they cannot eject it in a way as the human hand can apply paint. I'm not even talking about that they like spontaneity and virtuoso aspect, but they just physically cannot do as much as the human hand can, because no tool is as highly complicated. Mm, yes, I robot artificial intelligence is what you were talking about yesterday. No, they are not. They can the ink can be made of pigments, but pigments are not ink. Pigments are pigments. They are basic sources that come from usually earth. But you can make ink from pigment and you can make oil paint from pigment, but you don't make oil paint from ink. You're wrong. Pigments are core components of oil paint as well. Okay, the school my fire is drooling. Yeah, he's wrong. No, not inks, from pigment. You are silly. I'm not going to. I'm not going to discuss that anymore. Pigment is a basic. Is usually can be from a rock or something like earth, and you can mix it with water, and then you have ink, or you can mix it with oil, and then you have oil paint. But you don't make oil paint from ink. You are wrong, Firehole. It's like you can have bread from flour, but you don't make pasta from bread. No, no. It's like you're trying you as I will repeat it. You make bread from flour and pasta from flour, but you don't make pasta from bread. You couldn't be more wrong. As I told you yesterday, You are totally out of touch. And I don't know why do you care so much about it. You just, you know you've lost and you're just trying to sideline the whole issue. But I bet you, yeah, you might in some way be pleased with the attention I am giving you, but I don't care about that either, you know. I have plenty where that came from, and as I said, a lot of people like that. Yeah, I'm not going to discuss it anymore. I told you what things are. You're silly. Try something better because that wasn't even a nice try. Could you out of in so over in 24 hours could you not come up with anything better? That's honestly pitiful. You had whole day to think and that's what you come back with. Really no level. You should be ashamed about that. Mm. Yeah, I bet he's more your type. Go and watch him then and talk to him if he talks to you or something. This is not a place for you, Kyle. I thought you would have unfollowed me or something. But I know that the bad pennies come back, so you might as well. There you go. And yeah, then go and be friends with him. I won't be friends with you. You are too stinky. Yeah, onto you especially, because you said so many crappy things. You would have to change your name to unwind it, and even then, I think I would recognize this traits of talking because it's just so low. No, you hadn't have any truth. As you know, no truth. No, no, you had no truth. Not even some. Not even nothing. Absolutely nothing. Not even one. Nothing you were right about. No truths you had about anything. Everybody can see that. Everybody knows. You were not. You had not got one truth. No, you are not right about AI robots. I know what they do. I know what they produce. I've seen them. You are not right about that either. You're dreaming about everything. You are literally wrong about everything. You didn't have one valuable input. And everybody knows that. Everybody knows that. Everything you've typed in was wrong. Is this just an Eastern European thing or are you actually annoyed? No, you didn't even manage to annoy me. No, not even. You're dreaming also. You're dreaming. Because you can't satisfy a female, so you try to annoy her or try like anything. You are like just hanging out for anything, and you are willing to interpret anything as anything. That's why I am talking to you because I've learned that with the ones like that, it's better to be precise and dot their I's and cross their T's because if you leave them dreaming, they will just make up their dreams about you. No, 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 I'm not annoyed. But I'm sure you wish to interpret it like that because that gives you some kind of importance, or that makes you feel that you have impressed me in some way. Talking about your, um, yeah, I can see what it is. Because I know this trade very well. I know this type of yours very well. Yeah, this sort of dreaming. No, my feelings are not what you interpret my feelings to be. You are literally just dreaming, like you are wrong about everything else. No, that's what you do. I've noticed that's what you do. No, I don't. And even if I did, so what? Yeah, there's nothing whatsoever. I think I won't bother my Mm, I don't need to copy. I create things of quality, so I don't need to copy. This guy sucks. Yeah, yeah, Matthew. But I need to tell them because if I don't, they always come back. And even if I don't see that its name is Pyho because they changed the name or something, then they come back anyway and they make up their dreams or something. They really can go far, and especially those lonely types because they get so carried away with their emotions because they have nobody else to refer to talk to. Like they get out of their senses, like this one, and not knowing the difference between printing or manually applying paint and things like that. They literally get out of touch. And also when they failed with girls and things like that, then they go online and they look for girls who are like yeah, kind of seem easier for them or more fearful, like he was trying to interpret me to be before. But I've learned with them that I must deal with it because I did projects in the public spaces also. So I must deal with it so they stop dreaming. The printing thing refers to the yeah, whatever, whatever. Yes, that's right, that's right. Because I said everything there is to say about you, and that's it. I totally move on. I'm not going to be bothered about such a pie hole. I made my point. I pointed out my reality, and that's it. I only do what is strictly necessary to do for you to stop dreaming and for you not to interpret me in a way as you would wish to. And the rest, I couldn't care less about. I don't care what you think about me or anything. That's fine. And there's no drama about it or anything. With the funny ones like you, Kaiho, I only do. It sometimes doesn't look like that just to observers from the side, but I only do what is necessary to do to stop your illusions, to stop your dreaming about me, and I've done that. So that's it. I don't care about you anymore, what you write, and that unless I find something else I find it reasonable to point out or something, then I do. And that way, you see, it's not that you provoke me with whatever you've written or not. It's like I see what you are, I see what you are doing, and then my response is what I think I need to do from my side to cover those gray zones where you can possibly be dreaming. So you don't, and that's it. Yes, for them. Yes, like obviously has no one to talk to, but I'm not its partner for conversations. Mm. coffee? If you don't know. Good idea. Your liver is pretty. Thank, thank you. Me too. Mm. Oh, Matthew, I'm gonna take off, guys. It's always a pleasure. Have a great night. Thank you, Matthew. I appreciate you dropped by. It was interesting time when you did. You keep well as well. See you. Bye, Matthew. I moved it a bit, but I think it was working. Yes, it was because that's good. Alright, okay. See you next time then. Bye.